welcome to Natya Margam. Natya Margam is an Indian dance group that was founded in 2015 and relies on the principles of hard work, discipline, education, and preservation of classical Indian dance forms. Today, they'll be performing a song called Arda Nari Nachwar. Take it away.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our 2022 BranchOut celebration event. Could every BranchOut mentor please turn on your camera and change your display to your name, your grade, your school, and which summer program you did this year? And thank you all once again for joining us this evening. We will be your MCs for the night. My name is Elizabeth Lee, and I'm currently a sophomore at Oakton High School located in Virginia.
I'm David Liu. I'm currently a 10th grader at Episcopal High School in Alexandria, Virginia.
And I'm Ethan Chisholm, and I'm a sophomore at St. Paul VI Catholic High School.
We are extremely happy that you are here with us to celebrate our summertime successes, and we have an exciting event planned for tonight.
Tonight, we'll be hearing from many special guests, watching student performances, and hearing from some of our mentors.
The first presentation we have planned today will be from Dr. Phil Cronin. Dr. Cronin has served Fairfax County Public Schools for over 30 years at Marshall, Chantilly, West Springfield, and now Herndon High School. He started as a social studies teacher and has also been a department chair, assessment coach, and dean of students. He is currently an assistant principal as well as credit recovery summer school principal. Dr. Cronin received his bachelor's degree in history from Mary Washington College, a master's in education from George Mason University, and his doctorate in education from Virginia Tech.
Having coached a variety of sports, including football, softball, and soccer, Dr. Cronin was inducted into the Virginia chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2018. In addition to coaching, he enjoys spending as much time as possible at the beach with his family. Dr. Cronin, you have the floor.
Well, thank you all very much. That's quite the introduction. I'm honored to be here. Welcome, everybody. I want to thank Dr. Wu and the entire BranchOut organization for this opportunity to speak to you about a wonderful experience that I had this summer. I will say it is interesting to be speaking to you via Zoom when in fact what made our credit recovery summer program so successful was the return to in-person learning, but that's a story for another time. The story I do want to tell now is about a group of kids who came to a new school to help kids they didn't know and how all of us became better for it. Quote, peer tutoring was found to be effective in the development of creativity and problem-solving skills of both tutors and tutees. This comes from a 2018 study of factors in academic achievement in high-risk secondary schools. There was a 2020 research project which showed the positive effect of same-age tutors over short sessions. But this story isn't about the studies or dissertations that I appear to be getting ready to hand to you guys. This is about the kids that I saw in front of me every day, both the tutor and the student being engaged in each other's lives and each other's well-beings. This summer, I was the principal for one of Fairfax County Public Schools Credit Recovery Academy programs. In my case, I was the principal at Herndon High School. We had over 500 kids from 6 different high schools who were spending 3 weeks of their summer vacation to earn back a credit from a class that did not go well in the previous 185 days. Many of the students were very reluctant, and it showed. The first day or two of summer school, as we call it, routines were established and relationships were formed. For many of the classrooms, this was 5 hours of intense, driven work with one teacher with 20 or more students in each class. Not a lot of time to individualize the instruction. Although our credit recovery teachers, I will say, performed magnificently under this pressure. I had spoken to Dr. Wu earlier in the summer talking about this program, and she asked me if I was interested in having any of her students come and volunteer. Always a tricky scenario when you bring in kids from an outside source into an educational opportunity like this, where relationships are so key. On day 3, the kids in the blue shirts arrived. These high school students arriving with lots of content knowledge, but very little, actually none, teaching experience, came into the main office, eager to be sent to a class where they could be of service. We sent these kids to math, science, history, and English classrooms, where we asked them to work 1-to-1 or 1-to-3, or some cases 1-to-5, with our toughest and neediest learners. At first, no one really knew what to do with these kids, teachers and administrators alike, with these kids in blue. But by the end of the session, our admin team was getting daily requests to get a breakout student in their classroom. On the last day, we feted that crew with lunch. If you guys remember that we're there, you got cake and cool certificates. The line to take selfies with the tutors was long, and the gratitude was heartfelt. I want to share one story, one email I got from one of our tutors. I worked with the teacher who was teaching, and this is from one of our students, probably one of our more popular BranchOut kids. I worked with the teacher who was teaching Algebra 1 on my first day. I spent most of the day working with a girl. In the beginning, there was a problem with her phone usage and her focus. She was more focused after we set some boundaries and paying close attention to her. I worked with other students, helping them here or there, and checking their work continuously to make sure that they were on the correct track. Many of our students were unwilling to raise their hand or ask for help, and usually divert their attention to something else. Walking around gives some students an incentive to ask me for help when I'm close. I'm very happy to say, however, that some of these students actually wound up raising their hands when they were in doubt and asked me a lot of clarifying questions. Working with this girl was not easy. She asked me to help do an example to help her understand the material, but kept losing focus as I was explaining, asking me if I could do another one. I noticed eventually that she was trying to get me to do the assignment for her, and I teased her, and we went on back to explaining the first problem and creating a new one for her to work on. A lot of the other students were working in groups, so she was doing these problems alone and falling far behind. Seeing others get by with minimal amount of work was frustrating for her, making it harder for her to do the work. But at the end of the day, she acknowledged that she learned more than usual, and she thanked me. This was more than enough to decide that the time and effort we spent together was not wasted and that we could continue tomorrow if she needed me. And that kind of encapsulates all of the students that we had. All the blue shirts came in willing to do whatever work. Most days they were working on math or science. Some days they were working on English. Sometimes we would move them in between a class, and there was no task that they didn't want to do. And I will say, for a group of kids who came from other programs, not coming from the schools where our kids were used to being, they were so well received, and actually the teachers and students look forward to having them in the class. Kids working with kids is both inspiring and practical. Both groups gain trust, knowledge, and an appreciation for each other. Given the opportunity to be a summer school principal again, I got to be honest, I wouldn't even think about doing it if my kids don't have the blue shirts helping them out. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of the 500 plus kids we had at the school. You made credit recovery possible, and we appreciate you being there. Great program. Thank you.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Dr. Cronin. Now, Dr. Wu, co-founder of BranchOut, is going to give a word to all of us.
Here tonight. I know it's a Saturday night. It should be a fun night, but you chose to come here and celebrate with us and to learn more about BranchOut. So we are just so thankful. And then, of course, we are thankful for our leaders, our student leaders, as well as our adult leaders, and especially parents, right? Thank you so much for your support. So today, really tonight, is for you, okay? We're here to celebrate you. So just be proud and have your camera on. And if you are new to BranchOut, that's okay, because we are here to answer any of your questions. We actually have a Q&A portion towards the end of our presentation today, or our workshop today, so for you to ask questions. And you can also ask questions anytime throughout the presentation. But again, tonight we're here to celebrate you and to introduce you to BranchOut if you're new to us. And we hope to see you again, I guess because we have programs already starting, or next summer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Wu, for your hard work every single year in order to make BranchOut possible. And thank you to our former BranchOut members for joining us today. Despite the unique circumstances of the recent years, our BranchOut members were resilient, and each of you have been risen to the challenge to continue to serve your community this year.
And now over to one of our BranchOut alumni, Christopher B. Christopher B is a current senior at Rice University in Houston studying computer science. In college, Christopher is actively involved with the Ultimate Frisbee team, chess team, and various service clubs. Christopher graduated from the Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in 2019 and was involved with various organizations centered around inequality, such as serving as the co-chair of marketing and reporter at BranchOut, and volunteered as an emergency medical responder in an underserved region. He is currently applying to medical schools to fulfill his dream of becoming a doctor.
BranchOut was one of Christopher's highlighted experiences from high school. So despite having graduated from the organization over 2 years ago, he still loves keeping in touch with past and current members, both to keep in touch as friends and also to hear the work the organization continues to do and the impact it maintains in the community. Christopher, the floor is yours.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Wu, and for you guys for the introduction. As a college student, that's the first time I've been introduced that way. So speaking from an ego perspective, definitely a good thing. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations and thank you so much for the work that you've done over this past summer. You're all very, very impressive. And I just wanted to say a few words of advice for maybe the newcomers and people going into the experience. So first of all, as Dr. Wu reiterated, this is a very impactful experience. And certainly I see the effects of this experience even 3-4 years later. I actually volunteered in 11th grade in the James Lee Community Center, and we taught 4th and 5th graders. And the first lesson I would say that I got out of it was you should try to immerse yourself in the experience. For me at least, tutoring was about trying to explain very abstract, non-concrete concepts to people that didn't really want to listen. It's their summer break, maybe they're 4th and 5th graders, so they're balls of energy, they don't want to listen. And so the first thing is tutoring is about communication. And being able to sell these kind of concepts is a skill that's widely applicable. So besides the obvious subsequent activity of, tutoring, mentoring in college, you can also find yourself being able to explain yourself to people. So the skill is applicable in interviews, it's applicable in tutoring contexts, even in social contexts. And so I would urge you to immerse yourself and treat this opportunity seriously. And the second piece of advice is that, inequality is a very, very persistent problem. And, this is something that I've kind of going from high school to college, I discovered that there's a lot of different forms of inequality. Education inequality, healthcare inequality, social inequality, economic inequality, whatever. And, being able to be in the position, even in high school, to make a small difference about that problem is an opportunity. And I say this because even in college, where there's so many, I go to Rice, so there's 300 plus clubs and organizations, and almost 20 of them are dedicated to fighting inequality. Some of them healthcare inequality, some of them very like this, education inequality. And I've asked all my fellow members, and I've served as an officer of some of the clubs, and every one of them has done something similar. And so I think, speaking based on my experiences, the past determines what you do in the future. And for you guys to be able to involve yourself at this stage, it's very impressive, and I'm sure it will set you up for success and for doing similar things in the future. And so my last kind of piece of advice is that the experience of being a leader, and the MCs today, very, very impressive, but the experience of being on the leadership team, I think also was something that I got out of this experience. There are very few opportunities, I think, in high school to be able to lead a sophisticated organization, especially no less a lieutenant governor endorsed organization. And I think being able to practice organizing and also looking at the problem from the top of an organization is something that's very useful and something that's very applicable to even college and beyond. And I've certainly found myself using a lot of the skills, the soft skills that I've learned in this opportunity to leading clubs, talking with professors, tutoring, serving as a TA, whatever. And so again, congratulations. This is a very, very unique opportunity. And for those that did it, congrats. For those that are coming in, I'm sure you guys will learn a lot and get a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christopher, for your wonderful speech and all of your dedication to BranchOut. Next, we will be going on to our second performance from the Xuejuan Dance Ensemble, who are performing the Flying Apsaras. This dance originates from the Buddhist murals in the city of Dunhuang. Without further ado, let's enjoy this performance from the Xuejuan Dance Ensemble.
Mulan travels far and wide with her fellow soldiers. She comes across beautiful cave paintings of goddesses dancing and playing music. These paintings lighten her heart and remind her not to give up.
Thank you so much, Shedron, for that wonderful show. Next, we'll be hearing from the Howard County chapter. Our speaker is Ms. Wei Zhao, a board member of Howard County Chinese School, which manages BranchOut's Howard County chapter. Ms. Wei Zhao's leadership has been integral to establishing our proud partnership with the Howard County Public School System. Thank you so much for joining us. You have the floor.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me tonight. I'm glad to share stories and facts about BranchOut at Howard County. BranchOut Howard County chapter was established in 2019 under the collaboration between BranchOut and Howard County Chinese School. In the summer of 2019, 20 tutors from this program joined the Montgomery County Public School Credit Recovery Program. My daughter, Erin Lee, was one of them. From her, I learned that BranchOut is a great program that when tutors help others, they improve themselves in terms of volunteerism, communication, interpersonal skills, and leadership, which is a great win-win situation. Since then, with help and sponsorship from Dr. Wu, Dr. Mena Liu, and other members from Howard County Chinese School leadership team, we extended our service to the Howard County Autism Society, Howard County Public School System, and Edmondson West Side High School in Baltimore County. All these programs are year-round services. For Howard County Autism Society students, tutor service was provided virtually. This is the third year of this service. And our program, the other programs in the public school system are on-site in the classroom. All these tutor programs were very well recognized by the local communities and the public school system. However, during the pandemic, the in-person program was paused. And fortunately, this summer, we resumed the in-person tutor for 3 student programs with the Howard County Public School System. I want to take this opportunity to recognize our parents' advisors, Xu Rui, Tang Jing, and Guo Hui for their hard work for coordinating students and teachers to make each program going on smoothly like a charm. I also want to recognize our tutors. We received tremendous positive feedback from autism students' parents and the public school teachers. Thank you for your dedication. We are so proud of you and expect you to continue your significant effort in the new school year. I also want to advertise that the Autism Student Service and the Math Academy tutoring program in Howard County Public School System on Saturday mornings has been started. So this is an in-person program. I encourage Howard County students to join this program. And finally, as always, we wish BranchOut a continued success. Next, I would like to turn the floor over to one of our long-term BranchOut tutor, Alex Cui. Alex is a senior of River Hill High School. He's been in BranchOut since his 9th grade. He will share his experience with you. Alex, please.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alex. Thank you for the introduction, Ms. Zhao. So I've been doing BranchOut for 4 years. And each year I did a different program. The most memorable program for me was the Howard County Autism Society, which Wei just mentioned. So what made this program special was the more real impact that I think I felt from it. A lot of times you hear about other people talk about a lot of broad and general impacts that tutoring has, which are also, of course, very important. But I think sharing a personal story helps to see more of that like personal side to helping someone out. So I tutored a student with 3 learning disabilities. He had autism, dysgraphia, and dyslexia, which meant writing was very difficult for him. And when I started tutoring him, it was virtual and I had no experience with teaching any sort of special needs. So connecting with him was really hard, and trying to understand how he experienced the world was also a learning curve. And it really required me to get to know him at a very personal level, like what sort of things motivated him, or his interests, his learning style, likes and dislikes, stuff like that. And in doing so, I think like not only did that make tutoring a lot easier, but I think I connected him on a level where I would consider us pretty good friends. But regarding teaching, I had to completely change my tutoring style to suit his needs. And it was still a challenge, obviously, because of what he had, and it was really slow. I think it took 3 months for me, and constantly adapting, talking to him, connecting with him in order for him to write his first paragraph. But even that was such a huge achievement, even though I didn't realize it at the time. His mom sent me a really long email detailing that what he had accomplished there. I think like his occupational speech therapist didn't even achieve with him. And seeing that sort of really personal connection and impact on someone's life made me kind of reflect on my past experiences tutoring, because like freshman and sophomore year, I did these other activities, but they weren't like, I didn't really consider the impacts of them as much as I did here, because I didn't really have a connection with the people I was talking to. I didn't really know how it impacted them. So I was more empathetically distant. And I think subconsciously, you just put in a little less sort of care and effort into what you're doing if you don't, I guess, actually care. So that really made me reflect on really what I was doing, because I could see some actual impacts from my work. And in doing so, I think not only did obviously it help my student with his writing, which to this day, he's like, I think his 8th grade first quarter, which was after I had taught him, was like he got all A's for the first time. And that really meant something to me as well. But not only did it help him, I think tutoring, or the experience and just tutoring in general, is really a lesson in practicing empathy as a whole. And I think the experience helped me as much as I hope it helped him.
Thank you, Alex, for your amazing work with the Howard County Autism Society. And thank you, Ms. Tuijal, for your introduction to the Howard County chapter.
We will now hear from our next speaker, Chris Shen, who is the father of 2, husband, entrepreneur, investor, and lawyer. He is the co-founder and COO of Revere, a VC-backed fintech startup based in the Bay Area. Growing up in very diverse communities in Houston and then to Austin for college, Chris devoted many volunteer hours to organizations as diverse as the people he grew up with, including the Maryland Anderson Cancer Center, Asian American Donor Program, Habitat for Humanity, Texas Blazers, and other schools and Chinese American volunteer organizations.
As an adult, he remains committed to volunteering in the local community and promoting Asian American causes, including serving as a next generation leader with the Committee of 100, sitting on the board of directors of the Museum of Chinese in America and participating on the Venture Capital Subcommittee of the Association of Asian American Investment Managers. He also remains active on outreach, Asia alumni relations, and development at his alma mater, the University of Texas at Austin. Having lived and worked in Hong Kong, Taipei, and Beijing from 2006 to 2019, he also frequently speaks on all things related to US-China investment, culture, and geopolitical matters. Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. And, I find it great that high schoolers like you guys are so committed to what you're doing. It's very different from our generation, several decades ago, but, kudos to you. I must say, when Dr. Wu asked me to speak, I was surprised, but after learning more about BranchOut, I'm glad she asked me. So everyone, thank you for, having me today, and I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I know another speech on a Saturday night, no less, so I won't speak for too long, but I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on, I guess, my personal American experience. And I think some of it might be relatable to the multicultural, volunteer-oriented audience gathered today. My background on the bio says sort of, it's a little different from sort of where most people are from. I wanted to bring up the comedian Sheng Wang, who is on the Netflix special. Sheng is actually best friends with Ali Wong, and he grew up in Houston. So we're old friends. We used to go to Tsuji, the temple, and play basketball together. But it just shows that, there were people like us growing up in Houston, right? It wasn't sort of San Gabriel Valley or New York or San Francisco. Sheng talks about the immigrant experience and how crazy it is that maybe your parents or your grandparents just picked up, decided to move thousands of miles away to a place where they didn't speak the native language, didn't know the customs and traditions, and obviously looked a little different, right? I see a lot of you attend parochial schools, and so you know how it is. I'm a product of Jesuit schools. On weekdays, it was all boys, Roman Catholic, sort of teaching, lots of sports, pickup trucks, and yes, ma'ams and sirs. And on weekends, it was Chinese school, Chinatown, dim sum, and lots of aihao, suzuhao, right? So I was basically American on the weekdays and Chinese on the weekends. Continue the story. I was lucky, as the bio mentions, being able to sort of volunteer in different places, right? MD Anderson Cancer Center while doing Dragon Dance, doing things around the Chinese New Year. And then later in college, a host of mainstream sort of organizations versus sort of Asian American, sort of interest groups, et cetera. I then moved to Asia and kind of forgot about volunteering, lived in Beijing, Taipei, and Hong Kong for 11 years while traveling the region, being busy with work. But it was volunteering there, again, that kind of rekindled that focus. If you visit sort of elderly people living in coffin homes in Hong Kong, where they subdivide everything into 100 square foot flats, or even going to orphanages in China, where you really see sort of, it is jarring, to say the least. The travel across the region, my experiences in Asia showed that how lucky we have it here to be able to do these things and to be encouraged to give back to the community, where it's not only frowned upon, but most people, there's not a focus overseas in many ways. So tonight, I don't mean to bore you with my bio. It's not the point. But I was just hoping you'd relate with my experiences as someone that's a little older than most of you here. The main takeaway that I found, that whether I was in Houston to Hong Kong, whether you're speaking English or bungling Cantonese like I used to do, I don't speak Cantonese still, or working with disabled children or the elderly, et cetera, the key point of volunteering and being active in your community is that experience really transcends race, language, culture, location, boundaries, what have you. It is a critical part of understanding people and being a part of whatever community you are in at that time. AAPI representation issues are on a lot of people's minds. I think we kind of touched upon that in passing earlier. And unfortunately, the issues that you will deal with, or actually as a community that we will deal with, are only going to get more challenging given how the world is and where things are headed, right? Your experiences through high school and into college have probably been and will unfortunately be very different from how I grew up. While you can't necessarily change geopolitics or people's prejudices or things like that, I would have to agree with Dr. Wu and what Christopher B. said in terms of the smallest things that you do have a ripple effect and will make a difference. Some can be immediately seen, others will take more time. As high-achieving students who are passionate about volunteering and community service, you have that unique ability to directly impact the people around you, make new allies across different schools, regions, race, socioeconomic, religious groups, what have you, everything, every classification out there. Ultimately, you have the ability to enrich your communities. Being involved in BranchOut and working with this esteemed group is a great start. Keep it up. Kudos to all of y'all. I hope you continue to enrich and add to the fabric of the communities you are, not just Asian American or Chinese, but sort of the broader community. Thank you for having me tonight. Always happy to chit chat about these experiences if helpful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your very insightful talk, and you sure have accomplished a lot. I know a lot of people here can really relate to your story, being both Asian and Chinese, and I'm half I'm half American, half Chinese, and I can really relate to experiencing both cultures like you did. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna play our short branch out recap clip, summarizing the awesome year we've had.
That was a wonderful recap of BranchOut's programs. Now, each division of BranchOut will be giving a short summary of their projects this year. We'll start with the Explore. Take it away.
So I'll get started now. Hi, everyone. I'm going to be representing the Explorer today and just give a quick recap about all that this project has accomplished this past summer. So the Explorer is a year-round project, and it was created this summer, which was building off of our previous Teen Stories project from the past summer. And so we publish 4 issues every year for each season, and we explore universal topics that connect everyone from across the world. And the overall goal of this project was to put together a teen magazine that shared global perspectives on cultural issues. And so this past summer, we had a tight-knit team with 16 members and a total of 22 volunteers. And our volunteers were from 3 countries and 15 schools. And so we're super proud of the work that everyone has put in for the submissions to complete our inaugural issue. All right, so specifically, our team members worked in 3 different teams. So the outreach team reached out to over 30 international organizations to recruit article submissions. And then the writing team wrote creative pieces in response to the central prompt. And then to tie it all together, the editing volunteers assisted both other teams and helped put together articles and design the magazine. And so overall for this year, we were covering a vast majority of perspectives and opinions from multiple cultures and backgrounds. And we had a pretty open topic and invited people to submit with their proposed question and topic relating to the prompt. And we also included perspectives and opinion pieces from previous BranchOut volunteers and writers. And so the final issue from this past summer is more than 25 pages and is currently undergoing publishing. And to give a quick sneak peek into what it looks like, here's a preview of the first page of each article that we've received. And we're super happy with the submissions that we received and very excited to be sharing them with everyone soon. So once again, thank you to all of our volunteers and to BranchOut as a whole for everyone's amazing work this past summer. And if you're interested in submitting for a future edition, the Explorer would love to have you join our team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Explorer. All right, now we're going to move on to our career panel program. We can begin.
Welcome to BranchOut Career Panels 2022.
So these are the directors. Hello to everyone. I'm Evan Wang, and the other directors are Kavya, who's here with us right now, and also Victoria, who just talked about Explorer. So as directors this summer, we're so happy to have managed this program and have the opportunity to work with all of you.
Hello, my name is Kavya Katuva, and I am another director for this program. This summer, career panel volunteers worked in small groups to find experts in specific fields to talk about their professions. The career panel teams worked hard to educate students and parents about the many different routes taken to reach a specific career. Not only did the panelists share insight on their daily life, but many of them also went out of their way to share their advice on pursuing their goals to the audience. The student teams also gained valuable communication and leadership experience throughout the organizing of their panel.
This summer, we hosted 2 career panels, the first one neuroscience and the second one on chemical engineering, with an average of 50+ attendees per panel, and oftentimes we garnered national-wide audiences. If you're interested in viewing these panels, make sure to check them out on our website at BranchOut.org/career-panel.
And here are the career panel team members. Thank you all for dedicating your time and energy in creating some amazing panels. We are all proud of the hard work you have done this summer, and especially to our team leads, Derek and Luke. Thank you for all the extra time you put in.
Thank you all. Without all of you, career panels would not have been possible this summer. We look forward to future years in career panels, and we are excited to watch this program grow. Consider signing up next summer as a team leader or participant if this program interests you. See you all next summer.
Thank you, career panels team, for presenting. Next, we'll hear from innovators.
All right, hey guys, my name is Elaine. I am one of the co-directors of Innovator along with Teresa and Luke, and I am so happy to introduce our Innovator program. So Innovator is a year-long program, and last summer our mentors worked on 3 projects: Solve, VCare, and AAPI Connector. As a quick summary, Solve focuses on creating digital resources to close education gaps in Virginia. VCare aims to provide mental health support and encourage self-care. And AAPI Connector hopes to provide individuals with information to strengthen the AAPI community. Together, our team made huge steps within our app design process this summer. So Solve is the first app we created, and it essentially aims to help students improve their reading and math skills on standardized tests, specifically with the SOL. Over multiple summers, we have designed hundreds of reading and math questions along with individual answer explanations. Some of the features include reviewing missed problems, daily challenges, and Google integration to save user progress. We hope to release Solve onto the Google Play Store by next summer, so stay tuned.
So our second project is VCare. So VCare started 2 years ago, and it's a mental health app that aims to provide mental health support in a method of self-care and relaxation to a variety of individuals. Especially with the pandemic, we saw that there had been many individual stressors placed on everyone's daily lives. And VCare was developed with the intention of alleviating this type of stress, as well as educating people on various aspects of mental health as well. Especially with the help of our developers and CD team, this idea really came to life, and we had finalizing features and are ready to almost submit it to the Google Play Store this year. So the primary features include journaling, which has some prompts and quotes that we handpicked out and created with our curriculum design team. We also added a few of some article features that were made and put together by our CD team as well. And we also have, in addition to our articles, we also have quotes as well as a saved section for individuals to conveniently keep track of all their material.
And last up, we have the AAPI connector, which is a new thing that we started this summer. So the AAPI connector is a dynamic website that provides individuals with information and resources to strengthen the AAPI community as well as other minority communities. Because the vast majority of hate crimes go unreported, our original goal with this website was to provide an easy way to learn about and report hate crimes, but we expanded it to do more. A user can enter what they need help on, which would provide them with a narrower more relevant list of resources. We have mostly finished this website by now, and it will soon be ready for publication. Big thanks to everyone who helped Innovator grow this summer. We are so proud of what our mentors have accomplished, and we can't wait to see what we'll do in the future.
Thank you, innovators. Those are some wonderful and truly, really practical and inspiring creations you've made. Can't wait to see when they come out. Next, we'll hear from our POHIC STEM outreach team.
Hi everyone, my name is Savannah and today I will be introducing the BranchOut X POHIC Summer STEAM Camp. So first off, I'm Savannah. I'm the director of our STEAM camp. So for our mission statement, what's really important to us is that we and our student leaders work to share STEAM knowledge across as many communities as we can, because we should be promoting civic engagement and cross-cultural understanding. This is really important to us because not everyone is given equal opportunities in education, whether it be from location or pricing or just simply logistics. So this summer, over the span of 5 weeks, technically 6 weeks, every Saturday, we had 26 mentors show up to the POHIC Regional Library, and we spent 2 hours there with 53 students across the 5 weeks. And we taught them science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So our purpose is to hold an interactive STEAM camp where we focus on all different subjects, the STEAM subjects. And every morning, our mentors would work with our students to either tutor or work through fun STEAM activities with them. So this is a summary of our weekly lesson plans. We had all different types of activities ranging from architecture, which would be our popsicle stick bridges or paper straw towers, art, which would be having the students come up with really creative and fun inventions, and science, which was our trivia competition, which the kids really loved. So this is a few pictures, and the kids had a lot of fun. You can see they're building their straw towers as tall as they can and experimenting with architecture and what shapes are the strongest. Lastly, a big thank you to all of our mentors. You guys worked incredibly hard and very diligently to create true relationships and bonds with all of these kids. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, POHIC. Next up is our FCPS tutoring program.
Okay, so before I start introducing the Fairfax County Public School program by BranchOut Tutors, I want to give a huge thanks to Dr. Cronin. Without him, the whole impact and our whole effort would have ended up in vain afterwards. So huge thanks to him. So my name is Richard Zhu, and I'm a sophomore at Richard Montgomery High School, and I have volunteered in the whole 3 weeks at Herndon High School in their credit recovery course. So on the right side, you can see the image of Herndon High School. So as what Dr. Cronin has said, so BranchOut believes that the tutors should not be like only be the assistant of teachers, but also try to bring the peer interaction between the mentors and the mentees, because the peer interaction is definitely the most efficient learning atmosphere to promote their interest and their passion into the learning process, instead of, like, for example, a teacher giving a kid a bunch of formulas in STEM related courses and try to have them to memorize that, because this is against their passion and their interest to pursue in what they really want in the learning process. So here's an overview for our program this year. So we have 2 locations at Herndon High School and Marshall High School. So we have a bunch of BranchOut tutors from over 10 different high schools in Maryland and Virginia. So what have we done? So we have spent 3 weeks at Herndon and Marshall High School, and we were dedicated to mentoring the failing students individually and promote their interest in the learning. So sometimes our mentors play the role as classroom assistants, and we have a total of 400 service hours during the summer. And here are subjects we have tutored during the summer. So they include Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, English, Chemistry, and Social Studies. Because this is like a huge improvement from before as BranchOut tutors, because usually we were too focused on STEM projects. And right now we have Social Studies, History, English, and all that stuff. So we kind of see the diversity in the subjects we tutor right now. So thank you guys so much for the effort. And here's the overview for our progress. So during week 1, our mentors basically started to get familiar with the students and teachers while developing their teaching skills, because for the majority of us, it's our first time to teach. So week 2, we see some gradual improvements from our students who's being specifically tutored by the mentors, and they're growing more independent in the learning process. And in week 3, many of our students have kind of abandoned the tutors because they no longer need our help. And we see sudden boosts in their grades. And it is very, very satisfying to see that, because that's how our impact has played out in the community. And here are some pictures. I'm sorry, I didn't include all of you guys, but yeah, we have all the pictures. And thank you guys so much for your effort, willingness to make a difference, and dedication in the entire program. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Howard County chapter of BranchOut.
So my name is Joshua Soong. I'm a junior at River Hill High School, and I've been in the BranchOut program for around 4 to 5 years.
My name is Shimei Luo. I'm a senior at Centennial High School. I've been at BranchOut for 5 years as well. First, an overview of our summer programs.
So our first summer program is actually the Black Student Achievement Program, also known as BSAP. So it was a program that was across the summer, which was called Summer Institute, otherwise known as a summer school. So the program, it offered acceleration and enrichment for Howard County students through grades kindergarten through 9th grade. Students had the opportunities to participate in academic courses and enrichment opportunities, which they would not normally have during school. So things such as engineering, martial arts, journalism, etc. The program ran for 7 weeks with over 800 students enrolled, and we had 10 total BranchOut mentors that were spread across 2 schools that contributed over 500 hours of helping teachers and providing guidance to students one-on-one.
Our second program is Star Talk. Star Talk offers Chinese language proficiency development, as well as a wide range of Chinese cultural themed activities for students grades 7 to 8. Over the summer, we had 5 of our BranchOut mentors involved with this program. Our third program is the Middle School Math Advancement Program, which offers math acceleration and enrichment opportunities for middle school students. During the summer, 10 of our BranchOut mentors volunteered, helping enhance student ability in math.
So now that we're done talking about our summer programs, our year-round programs include the BSAP Math Academy, which is every Saturday, and the Howard County Autism Society, which you all heard about a little bit earlier. So the Black Student Achievement Program Saturday Math Academy is actually a part of the BSAP program in general, but this is more of a year-round program that happens in the spring as well as the fall. So it happens every Saturday morning from 8 to 12 o'clock, where students are able to be mentored by our tutors. So the program supports students of grades 3rd through 12th to participate in math. And just like the Summer Institute, they also have enrichment class opportunities such as chess, coding, and STEM, which is a little bit different from the summer program. So like our summer program, our mentors are spread across a few different classes in one school, but we still have the same guidance for students, like one-on-one support, and we help the teachers with whatever they need. So our second program is the Howard County Autism Society, which you all heard about a little bit earlier. And the program is mainly specializing for students grades 4 through 10 on helping students with autism or other mental challenges with academic curriculums, as well as advancing their regular communication and problem solving skills as real life issues and challenges. And since 2020, we have had 15 paired mentors and 2Ds, which have lessons weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. And we have accumulated over 1,200 hours in preparations as well as lessons.
And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you, and a huge shout out to all our mentors. This could not have been made possible without all your hard work and dedication.
Thank you so much, Howard County, for your amazing work you've done. We've been really blessed with all the success of all of our fun programs. Thank you to each of our divisions for presenting. This year, we have quite a few seniors graduating. Dr. Wu and 3 BranchOut leaders, Savannah Zhu, Max Liu, and Victoria Wong, are here to reflect on what BranchOut has done for the community and lives. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Ethan. So I guess you guys don't think about this, but I think about this every year around this time, is that I am saying goodbye to our seniors. So today we have 3 seniors with us, but if you are a senior, can you, I guess maybe do a thumbs up or a heart so that we know, we can see who you are in the audience. But yeah, every year, of course, we get seniors who are leaving us. And so the fireside chat is like a tradition for us to say goodbye to our seniors and also to thank them for their hard work. So Victoria, and I guess who else? Victoria, Savannah, and Max, right? Do you want to introduce yourself a bit in terms of how long you have been with BranchOut, you know, when you joined? Yeah, just let's start with that.
Sure, okay. Hi, I'm Victoria. Thank you, Dr. Wu, for the intro. I'm currently a senior at TJ, and this is my 4th year with BranchOut. So I joined in 9th grade, and in 9th grade, there wasn't COVID yet, so I mentored in person at Wilson Community Center. And then when COVID hit and we had to move online, I did the social research project. And then for the past 2 years, I've been a part of career panels. And yeah, that's about it.
Great. Savannah?
Hi, everyone. My name is Savannah. I'm also a senior at South County High School. I first joined BranchOut when I was in sophomore year, and I originally got into it because Dr. Wu brought up VCare, which is our mental health app. So I started making mental health art posts for VCare on all of BranchOut's social media, eventually switching over to directing VCare, Innovator, and then helping with this summer POHIC.
And Max?
Hey everyone, my name is Max. I'm a senior at the Academy of Science and Riverside. It's a magnet program for science, and it's in Loudoun County, so many of you might not know it. I started in the summer after 8th grade, so before freshman year, meaning I've been a part of BranchOut for 5 years. And in my 5 years, I've kind of been a part of like a small part of like each program. I took a big part in Innovator during my COVID year, where we helped create Solve curriculum, which is our app to help students study for Virginia Standards of Learning tests. And yeah, that's basically some basic information about me.
And you were also with Wilson in-person tutoring, where you brought your friend, right?
Yes, I was going to talk about that later. But
yeah, okay,
yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
you're
get
good. No worries.
away. Yeah, so with the remaining time we have, I hope each one of you can share maybe your most memorable memory about BranchOut to share with the audience, or anything, just anything you're walking away from the program that you want to share. So Max, do you want to start?
Sure. So going off what Dr. Wu previously said, my experience with BranchOut really started with Dr. Wu. It started I took a writing class during 8th grade. that Dr. Wu had organized. And as it continued, she introduced me to BranchOut. So during the beginning, I was really hesitant to join, being an introvert who lacked any skills in mentoring, let alone mentoring younger kids. So my first summer with Wilson Multicultural Center was sort of like a shock. But it turned out to be a good shock. It had a huge impact on me. I distinctly remember Jason, who a student like me, a kid like me, was quiet and tended to like keep to himself. As our time through like the summer progressed and we bonded more through soccer, sports, writing and reading. He didn't really enjoy that, but it's important. Our bond grew and I was able to see that he began to share his ideas with his classmates and ask questions. Max, why does 3 to the power of 0 1? Or Max, why is this that way? He became inquisitive and a lot more extroverted. But he wasn't the only one who grew. I learned like many skills during that summer, and I reaped the benefits of these skills many times throughout high school. It's an honor to have been a part of BranchOut, and it's truly an eye-opening experience that allows us all to understand the importance of giving back, and with that, develop lifelong skills that will last a lifetime. And I can't thank Dr. Wu enough for introducing me to the program. So thank you so much, Dr. Wu.
Thank you so much, Max. We're gonna miss you for sure.
Thank you.
Savannah?
Okay, so my most memorable BranchOut experience would probably be from this last summer working with the POHIC summer STEAM camp. There was a boy and a girl. They were siblings, Teague and Tinsley. They were adorable, but they were also so enthusiastic about learning. So I remember we had this one competition, which was to create a replica model of a famous landmark. For their team, they got the White House, and using the most random materials that we gave them, like cardboard, straws, glue, and some origami paper, they created a really realistic version. And they also had so much fun doing it. And what was memorable about this was that I got to look inside of who they were outside of a more academic or educational atmosphere. We learned that Teague loves K-pop, and we played K-pop at POHIC, and they were overall just so enthusiastic, and I thought that was really refreshing and fulfilling to see as a mentor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Savannah. Yeah, we're definitely going to miss your smile for sure. Victoria?
Those were both really good responses. I'm like torn between 3 different like memorable experiences right now. I would talk about my experience at Wilson because I think Savannah and Max have both like really highlighted the importance of like connection and really working with students. But because I already covered that, I think I'll talk about something that I've really enjoyed. And it's funny. So after like events or usually events, like the student leaders will have a debriefing, like quick session where we go over what went well and what didn't go well. And just remembering like any event that I've done, so like in person, if it was a celebration event from years ago, or like what is it called? We recently had like many career panels over the summer. We would have these debriefing meetings where we'd go over what went well. And I think in that way, I really learned the importance of, growth, because it's almost impossible to have any event that goes perfectly well. Like everything went exactly as you planned. And whether that means like something like structurally went wrong with like the plan, or, we find ways that we can grow as an MC or speaker, I think that those are so valuable and meaningful. And so through BranchOut, I think I've grown to become unafraid of being like, this is what went well and this is what didn't go well. And so from here on out, just as a person, I think this sort of positive mindset and looking for ways to continue improving has really stuck with me.
Yeah, this is the growth mindset that we're trying to cultivate here in BranchOut. And so thank you so much, Victoria, especially for your contribution during the past 4 or 5 years. We are really, really going to miss you for sure.
Thank you.
Great. So I guess that's all the time we have. So we're going to give it back to our MCs.
Thank you for your fantastic work over the years, and we wish you all the best moving forward. Now, we will go on to Elaine Liu and Teresa Huang for a Q&A session for people who are new to BranchOut or people who are interested in joining us this school year or next summer. Feel free to ask any questions about the divisions or anything related to BranchOut.
All right, hey guys. So I know we just went through a lot of information with our project presentations and our fireside chat. So if any prospective students or interested parents have any questions, feel free to ask now in the chat. And so while we wait, Teresa, I guess, do you want to talk about some of our experiences at BranchOut?
Yeah, I definitely think that like while the comments are coming in, it'd be great to also talk about it because we're both also seniors. So Elaine, would you like to start?
Okay. So I think since in the fireside chat, we've already talked about some of our experiences. I think I'll talk about actually my favorite thing about BranchOut for any interested students listening right now. And so I think what I love about BranchOut is that there's something here for everyone. You know, if you're interested in app development, you can join Innovator. If you're more into like journalism or humanities, you can join Explorer and like, you know, like all our other projects. And so I guess even better, every summer we have something new in each project. Since I'm an innovator, I know we worked on API connector this summer, which I thought was really cool. And so I guess my piece of advice for someone who's thinking about joining BranchOut, you know, I might be a little biased, but I say go for it because I think there's something here that everyone will enjoy.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think that like while there might not be any questions coming in, it definitely is like a big question for a lot of people. Like, is it really worth my time? Or like, what really is the benefit of joining BranchOut compared to like anything else? And I think that above like the benefits of like getting volunteer hours or like having experience, it's really like the environment that like motivates you to become better. And even like, though I didn't necessarily come in to like become like all of a sudden a better person or like better at like leadership specific, I found myself being in that position where BranchOut really gave me that environment where I could become like better and like stand up for myself. And just as Victoria was talking about, like reflect and become better just for like the team and the people around you as well. And I definitely know that I didn't come in to like make friends, but there were so many people who were so kind and amazing, especially over the summer. And I definitely know that I would love to keep in touch and like talk with all of them. And I had so many good experiences. And I had the wonderful opportunity to also be able to work with Savannah and just being in like the presence of everybody else. You don't expect these type of things, but it's really so rewarding. And it's more than I could have ever asked for in terms of being in BranchOut. So as Elaine had also previously said, just go for it. You're going to get so much more out of it than you think you will. And I know that for sure I'm going to carry these skills on to college, and it definitely helps me in determining what I want to pursue as well. So thank you so much.
Right, yeah. And you know, like really similar to like what I think Christopher B was saying earlier in the beginning of our event, that just like BranchOut is such a unique experience. I feel like you know, I'm a part of like a lot of clubs at school. You know, like I lead like Science Olympiad, which is like science-based club at my school. And even those are also like really good leadership experiences. I feel like it's still very different from BranchOut because, you know, we're like mainly a student-run organization, and there are just like so many different experiences that you have here that you just like really don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that some people might not have any questions right now, but if you guys have questions in the future, you can also feel free to reach out to any of us like on Messenger or like any other platform or emails. We're all here to help you out, really. So
thanks so much, Elaine and Teresa, for sharing your motivational and heartening experiences. In order to recognize our mentors who have worked extremely hard this year, we'd like to honor them by presenting the awards. Over to Dr. Wu.
Okay, great. I guess this is the exciting part of the ceremony where we will be sharing with you, I guess, all the different awards we have. So let me pull that up really quickly. So just so that you know, here at BranchOut, we really care about not just the time that you have put in, but the quality of your work. And so in order to get some of these awards, you will actually have to be nominated by your leaders. So having a strong relationship with your teammates, it's actually quite important and helpful. So here I want to recognize some of our outstanding students for their great contribution this year. So here are the awards recipients. We have KBN from McLean High School and Gabby Wang, also from McLean High School. They both attended UCA and represented BranchOut. So thank you so much. And of course, Josh was there. I don't mean to leave you out, but this is for their outstanding contribution by representing us at UCA this summer. Kyle Lee from McLean High School. I think he was a really, really passionate tutor and mentor at POHIG this year. So he was also nominated. Luke May, I think you have been with us for a few years now. And your brother, Aaron, was also with BranchOut. And we're so happy to have you with us. And we hope to see you again next year. David, you're new to BranchOut this year, but your work with the Explorer, I heard a lot of great things about you. So thank you so much. And the second column, these are students from our Howard County team. So thank you so much, because I know the Howard County team, you guys have spent a lot of time this year with the 3 different programs that you mentioned, plus the Howard County Autism Society. So we have Julia Chen, William Lee, Benjamin Wayne, and Nathan Wayne, Aiden Zhang, and Aaron Zhong. So thank you so much for your dedication and hard work, and your leaders nominated you. So thank you, the leaders, for nominating these students. So great job. Okay, next we have the President's Volunteer Service Award. So this is based on the number of hours that you have worked during the BranchOut time. So here at BranchOut, our calendar year is from September to August. Okay, so you have to be with us during these 12 months and accumulate at least 50 or 100 hours to get the President's Volunteer Service Award. So I believe it's Dr. Cronin here with us.
Yes, indeed. I want to thank you. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, as a high school principal or assistant principal, I know the other things that would pull away from your schedule is your probably your AP or IB classes and other activities. So to get these kind of hours is pretty amazing, and it shows your dedication to service. So thank you.
Yeah.
So the awards winners, are we ready?
So if you hear your name, please make sure your camera is on, and if you can, wave to the audience, that would be great. So I'm gonna start. Okay, so Dr. Cronin, we actually have a screen, I guess a slide per student.
Sounds perfect. So I truly apologize for any pronunciation errors. Alex Kwai from River Hill High School, receiving a silver certification. Congratulations. Ethan Gao, also from River Hill High School, receiving the gold certificate. Absolutely, congratulations. Austin Chang, also receiving a gold certification. Amazing, well done. And then finally, near and dear to my heart, because he worked in our program, Richard Su from Richard Montgomery High School, receiving a bronze certification. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. So actually all 4 students are from Maryland and 3 are from the Howard County chapter, because I guess you really worked a lot over the summer. And I know, Richard, you worked all 3, I guess, right? 3 different programs to get the hours. So thank you so much for your dedication.
That just means Virginia needs to step up next year. We got.
Oh no, that's the competition. Okay, so our Virginian students, no, they actually also work really hard, but but sometimes they will get their PSVA from a different organization. Yeah, like the Hope Chinese School. But yes, I agree. So this is the summary, Alex, Ethan, Austin, and Richard. Congrats again. Okay, so now next is our U.S. Congressional Senate Service Award, which is signed by Senator Tim Kaine for your exceptional contributions to the growth and success of BranchOut. So in order to get this award or recognition, you actually have to be with BranchOut for a while. So if you're brand new to BranchOut, this probably will not happen, you know. So we do want to see dedication and I guess service in general for 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 years. So here are our recipients. And here we are, Alex Trey again. So congratulations. And we have Elisa Gatesman. Thank you so much for your hard work. Teresa Huang, you have been with us for many years. We're so happy to have you with us. Anna Lee, you're also another long-term BranchOut supporter and friend and leader. Elaine Liu, you just talked to us and share with us your amazing story and memories. And Ximing, of course, you have been with us for, I guess, 4 years, right? Also from the Howard County chapter, congratulations. Max Liu, another long-term BranchOut student, thank you so much. Elizabeth Ningo, sorry, I can't say, don't know how to say your name properly, but thank you for your hard work. Emma Song, thank you so much for joining BranchOut. You are one of our few Montgomery High School representatives, so thank you so much. And Braden also has been with us for many years, and his brother Kenneth was also with us. And actually, Kenneth was one of the founding members of Innovator. So Kenneth and Braden both contributed to Innovator. And Luke, thank you so much, Luke Wong, also from TJ and also a part of Innovator, for your hard work and your dedication and your contribution to BranchOut. And of course, Victoria, I mean, what more can I say? You have done so much for BranchOut, and your sister, of course, Marina, was also part of BranchOut. And we're so happy that you are, you know, with us, but we're sad to see you go. And Ethan, you joined a bit late this year, but nevertheless, we're happy to have you back with the Innovator team. So thank you so much for joining us this summer. And of course, Savannah, yes, you know, you have done so much for BranchOut, and we cannot thank you enough for your contribution. So these are our Congressional Recognition recipients. Again, Alex, Elisa, Teresa, Anna, Elaine, Ximing, Max, Elizabeth, Emma, Braden, Luke, Victoria, Ethan, and Savannah. And these are mostly, yeah, these, I mean, it's a mix of schools, as you can see, right? So many different schools already, and then from different states. So congratulations. Okay, so every year we have this award called the Next Generation Leader Award, where we recognize outstanding leaders or students, younger students with potential. These are in general our top 10. So you have to be in the top 10% of our, I guess, student leaders to earn this award. And you will also be kind of in a pipeline to become our future leaders. Okay, so for me, this award is a big deal because it means that I'll be working very closely with you in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So Kavya Katuva from TJ, yes, you have done a wonderful job. A lot of people have nominated you. So that's why you're here. So thank you so much for your contribution. And of course, Elizabeth Lee, from Oakton High School, your passion, your energy, and your smile, of course, right? Everything about you, just really, you deserve to be our next generation of leaders for sure. Johnny, you have been with us for many years too, and you're also very passionate. You help out with the Innovator program, and this year you also did FCPS at the Herndon High School. So thank you for your contribution, and we look forward to seeing you in terms of leading our innovator project. And of course, Josh, oh my God, right? You have done so much for the Howard County team. You are a young leader, and your brother was also with us. And, we were so happy to see him in Daniel in our picnic event. So a lot of our students are siblings, right? So thank you so much for supporting BranchOut, and we look forward to working with you again this coming year. And Richard, you're new to us, but you have shown and demonstrated strong leadership qualities. So we look forward to having you in our leadership team. So thank you so much. Okay. So every year, I guess this is kind of somewhat new. We started this last year, and our Leader of the Year award last year was actually Victoria. This year, we have another amazing leader that we want to recognize for your exceptional leadership performance and contribution to BranchOut, and that is Savannah. Savannah, you really single-handedly created and managed and, led the POHIC team, really from 0 to 1,000. Okay, I was so amazed in terms of the time and the quality. The time and quality, of course, and your efforts, everything that you have put into making POHIC a reality. You were really, truly amazing. So Savannah, I want to thank you for what you did. And of course, your team also did an amazing job. Many of your team members are here today. So I want to thank you all. Okay, so of course, I know this award goes to Savannah, but she had your support. So it's the team effort. So maybe I should say this is a POHIC award, right, in essence. So now next, I want to talk a bit about our leadership team so that you know who you are, and then I guess you know who you are, but you know who your leaders are and what role you'll be playing in the next year. So every year, yeah, you can see from here, BranchOut always announces its president. So this is Victoria. Victoria is BranchOut's president this year. I guess president is missing in the slide, so you don't see it, but BranchOut, so Victoria, you're it. We don't have any co-presidents this year, so congratulations, Victoria, for leading. Really, you have done an amazing work during the past 4 or 5 years. You have grown so much, as we talked about, from someone who was really shy, who didn't know what you were doing, to someone who is leading all these large events. And of course, Siming, I want to congratulate you for for leading, of course, the Howard County chapter. So Siming Lo is president of the Howard County chapter. Elaine, Chief Technology Officer, for your work with the Innovator team. Teresa, Chief Operating Officer, and then Savannah, Chief Education Officer, and Max, Chief Marketing Officer. So feel free to put the title on your college applications and your resume, because I'm so proud of you for sure. So, and you earned the title. You have worked so hard, countless hours. You don't get any service hours for doing any of these outside meetings work. So congratulations, really. So these are our chief leaders who are leaving BranchOut. So again, I'm really sad. But next we have our, I want to say, in a way, junior leaders. They are on their way to become our senior leaders, right? So at the director level, we have Josh. Congrats for now you're our director of education. Evan, you're our director of operations. Luke, you're our director of technology for your work with Innovator. Brian is our director of outreach. And of course, Kavya, now you're the assistant director of operations. So hopefully you will continue to work with Evan to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Elizabeth Lee, you're an Assistant Director of Marketing, so hopefully you will help to lead the social media team, okay? And then Richard, you're an Assistant Director of Education, which we can talk a bit more about what that involves. But of course, here at BranchOut, you do pretty much everything, right? So in terms of our other officers at the Howard County group, so Julia, Ray, William, Josh, Nathan, Aaron, and Aiden, you, as mentioned, you were actually nominated by your leaders. So you are our next generation of leaders, and you'll be working closely with Dr. Liu, and of course, Cui Wei, Ms. Zhao, Ms. Guo, Ms. Tang, and Ms. Xu, in terms of planning and organizing and even interviewing future applicants. So thank you in advance for your hard work. And in terms of our other officers, we have in the operations team, we have Ethan, who's one of our MCs, Elisa. I know you're graduating, but if there's anything you can help with, we'll be happy to have you. Luke, we hope you will continue to help with BranchOut's operations related activities. And Elizabeth, I know you're leaving us as well, but if there's anything you can help with, we will be happy to have you. In terms of social media, we have Jessica, Anna, and David Liu. So thank you so much, and please continue to work with your team leaders to help BranchOut run and promote BranchOut to others. And innovator, yes, Johnny, and we have Pratush and Luke, you'll be leading the innovator team. So we're thankful for having you with us.
Congratulations to each and every one of you for your amazing dedication, even during these unusual times. We'd like to thank our team, Dr. Wu, and our mentors for persevering and working hard in order to ensure the success of our 2022 season. Here to deliver our closing remark is Victoria Wang.
Okay, thank you so much for the introduction, and as well as to Dr. Wu, all of our guest speakers, our 3 MCs, performers, students, and parents who are here tonight. I'm very honored to be giving the closing remarks to this year's celebration event, and I'll start by telling a little about my origin story with BranchOut. So first, let me introduce who I was 4 years ago. To say I was a shy 9th grader might be an understatement. It took my mom more than a lot of coaxing to get me to join choir in elementary school, and later she had to practically push me into the pool to get me to try diving. And the thing is, I had been intimidated originally, but I soon realized that I really loved those 2 activities. And so now I'll introduce my older sister, Marina, who is BranchOut's co-president in 2020 and is currently a sophomore in college. You can consider her my first role model. And she was not like me in that she was brave when I was timid, and in high school, she decided to join BranchOut on her own accord. And seeing her come home from BranchOut volunteering with a light in her eyes, telling stories about the young students she had talked to about sharks and lions, and then egg drop experiments they had done, I was inspired to apply for BranchOut as well. And as I followed in my older sister's footsteps and applied the following summer, the summer before my 9th grade, I had not known that this was the start of a new me. I can confidently say that through BranchOut, I have experienced many firsts. My first interview, my first time interviewing someone else, my first time tutoring, my first time participating in meetings for an organization, my first time being a leader. My palms had been clammy during my first interview, and I remember nervously fidgeting in the spinny chair across from Michelle, who seemed so calm and composed in contrast to me. I realized that I wanted to embody her cool confidence. Later, this expanded to Teresa, the social media director I was an officer for, who always delivered assignments in an organized way, to Song Han, whose method of setting up meeting notes I still replicate today, to Jonathan, who is incredibly thorough in planning event logistics. In this way, there are often many role models around us, with qualities which we want to emulate, as long as we open ourselves to meeting these new people. Similarly, the opportunities are endless. In BranchOut, there are projects to join, panels to host, events to participate in. Whether you are reaching out to a leader to ask how you can exercise your public speaking skills, such as by emceeing an event, or joining our picnic event to meet other passionate mentors, there is so much to do. What I've learned is that these skills you pick up, experiences you gain, do not stay in BranchOut. They transform you in all other aspects of your life and how you carry yourself with confidence and with a spark of bravery. From my experience with BranchOut, I learned that there's a reason BranchOut is called BranchOut. Whether we are branching out to other organizations within the community or around the world, branching out to other mentors, or branching out to explore ourselves, the underlying push to explore is evident. I'm no longer the shy ninth grade girl I introduced in the beginning, but also I realized that I'm not a carbon copy of Marina, Michelle, Teresa, Songhan, or Jonathan. Instead, I like to think that I've really solidified my own type of leadership, my values, and my character. What it took was fully immersing myself into the world and the people around me and being okay with feeling nervous in new experiences. It is only when you feel that slight bit of discomfort that you know you are really changing and pushing yourself to new limits. Dare to put yourself out there again and again, and at some point you'll realize that you've become a more fearless version of yourself. Although this celebration event marks the closing of one super influential chapter of my life, the impact BranchOut has had on me is undeniably going to remain a part of me. I know that I will continue to seek personal discovery through experiences that will probably somewhat be intimidating at first, but I will grow to love. So to everyone here today, be bold and be you. Thank you everyone for being here tonight, and I've enjoyed speaking with you all.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for that really heartfelt speech. I truly appreciate all of your hard work, dedication, and advice. So thank you. Really appreciate your hard work here.
Thank you.
All right, even though we're online, that doesn't mean we can't do a group photo. So all mentors, we highly encourage you to please turn on your cameras and join us for a group photo screenshot.
Thank you to our performers and speakers for presenting tonight, and thank you to our audience for attending our celebration event. We wish you all the best for 2022 and hope to see you again for our next summer season. Before you leave, please enjoy our last performance by Serena Simonson.
Serena Simonson is a junior at Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology who has been playing the violin since she was 3 years old. Since then, she has participated and won prizes in many competitions, from local to international, and has gotten opportunities to perform in concerts at Carnegie Hall, the National Gallery of Art, and even on live television. She has participated in her school orchestra every year since 3rd grade and is a part of the regional and state orchestras. Most importantly, she loves meeting fellow musicians through these events and getting chances to travel with them to amazing places to play music. Aside from violin life, Serena enjoys running, learning chemistry, and discovering new favorite songs. Take it away, Serena.
Wow, Serena, that was just amazing. That was some really, really, really good level, high level, top notch violin playing. Thank you so much. That was amazing. All right, well, I think that's about it. So we're gonna wrap up now. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us today.